In the world filled with endless possibilities where dreams dare to be chased and destinies are forged, what we are doing here is to create pathways to success unlike any other. And we're introducing the SPIN method, which is your passport for unparalleled success. This is the first time you're joining us here at Life Coach Philippines in International. I am Life Coach Shaun de Joya. I'm the man from Pasig City from Life Coach Philippines. I'm a professional certified CACC life coach, and I'm also a master coach apprentice of Master Coach A. And for the month of March, we have been talking about the spin method, which you can utilize for you to improve your life, to improve your specific areas of your health, wealth, and relationship. And the spin method is simply first is for you to study. What you're going to do is to dive into the ocean of knowledge, arm yourself with the insights, and propel you to the top. P to stand, which stands for practice, is to sharpen your skills with relentless dedication until excellence is your default mode. Then I signifies implementation. Of course, you cannot become someone you want if you are not implementing what you're learning. And it's time for you to stop dreaming and start taking action and doing it. And taking action means that you are seizing the moment and watching your dreams unfold. And lastly, N is about sizing or seizing the future and chart your course, set your sight on a new horizon, and never settle for anything less than the ordinary. So if you are ready to rewrite your story, as I'm excited to share my story with you as well on the topic that we will talk about tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about work life harmony and work-life harmony. Maybe you've heard about this, or maybe you've heard the concept of work-life balance. How many of you have learned or read through that, or maybe have asked yourself, maybe it's something to want I want to explore, I want to continue finding out, and I want to continue to work on for me to live the life that I want, and not just focusing on the work that I have, but also living something or doing something that I'm passionate about or is worth my time. And if you're ready for that and you're ready for a breakthrough, then you are in the right space. So, talking about work-life harmony, I remember the time in which when I was still in the when I was starting in my corporate career, this was like 20 years ago. One of the things that I've invested on, and I started very early in in uh, in being as a parent and as father when I was 19 years old. And after I graduated, I kind of have some 2 years for me to take a look at what kind of career I wanted to go. But eventually, I was fortunate enough that during the time is the BPO industry was booming, and one of the things that I said that hey, maybe this is something that I want to explore. And when I got hired there, roughly around 20 years ago, and I started around 5 months of doing back office support. Then eventually, I got I was floating for a month. Then eventually found a career inside the call center industry, which is workforce management. And I started in there because I got excited about how the work they're doing. And I told myself, hey, maybe this is something that I really want to put my energy and attention on. So I dedicated myself in my career to have a goal path of getting promoted at every 2 to 3 years. So that's the goal that I set. So I told myself, okay, every 2 to 3 years I want to be promoted because I want to create a better life for my children. Back then, I have two child already. And they were fast growing up, and financially, while we're still well, my parents were supporting us. I told myself that I don't want my parents to continue to support us financially, and that is something that I dedicated my time and effort towards ensuring that we're able to be financially, um, you know, good as far as creating the kind of lifestyle that I want. Now, when you are someone who's highly inspired and motivated for you to create a better life for your children, what happens most is you would spend most of your time in the workplace, right? How many of you can connect with that? That you would stay 10 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours. I even remember a time in which I was staying 22 hours for specific days. But on an average, I was probably staying 12 hours, 16 hours a day because of the work that I do. And what happens, right? Because of you putting in so much time in the work that you're doing, you tend to lose sight of your personal life. You lack the sleep. You tend to, get sick, you tend to gain weight. Like me, I gained weight during those times, and all of these different things. And it's unfortunate that we are also, or our health also starts to deteriorate or to decline. How many of you can relate with my story? Hello, Coach Lynn. Thank you for joining. See you. Have a safe trip. Coach Mao and Coach Candy, thank you for joining. How many of you have experienced that, in which you put in so much time in the work that you do because you want to make sure that, again, you're getting promoted, you're getting the salary that you want, but you lose sight of the most important and critical part of your day-to-day grind, which is the life that you have. Now, work-life harmony. If you have heard about this, it's a concept that encourages people to strike the balance between professional responsibilities and personal well-being. If you focus too much on the work that you do, of course, your work will eventually exhaust you. Work never stops. When I tell people about work, I tell them that, hey, you might get sick, some people get killed in their work, but eventually the company would just eventually open that role and have someone fill it. But your life, you cannot exchange that for anything else, right? You're constantly gonna be exhausting yourself, and eventually you'll experience a state in which you're not able to fulfill or create a fulfilling life and that fulfilling work. And the old school ways of doing work-life balance, unfortunately, puts us in a state in which we feel that we need to separate your work and your life. Right? That's what's happening. That you are different when you work, you are different in your life, and this is where the delineation comes in. But we know if we are constantly putting or pushing ourselves to create that work-life balance, you're never gonna balance your work and your life because you are the same person. And as I said a while ago, work is always work. It's different. Unless otherwise you're doing something meaningful and fulfilling, it's something that is your passion, then that's a different thing, right? But if you're doing a job and that job is not really aligned towards who you are, then it becomes a challenge and becomes a stressor. Now, when I was going through these challenges, and eventually I've come into a state in which my health was deteriorating. I also see my children, as far as their well-being is concerned, that they're also deteriorating. And the biggest change in my life is when I saw my daughter gone through a mental health challenges and she experienced depression. And I asked myself, hey, you need to reprioritize your priorities because you're focusing too much on the work and you are wanting to protect your children with a house, all of these material things and what have you, but you lose sight of the most critical part of why is it or being a parent, which is taking care of the well-being of your children. And well-being doesn't just talk about the material things that you give. It also talks about the kind of relationship that you're building, the kind of health that you're passing to them, how you're teaching them, and the kind of wealth as well that you are teaching them. And back then, when I realized that I needed to recheck my priorities, I was fortunate enough to be able to find life coaching in my journey. And life coaching was the jump start for me to start reassessing what is it that I wanted to do in life. When I was learning life coaching back in 2018, I understood the area of mental health. I understood the aspect of ensuring that you create a safe space for your children at home for them to be able to express. I understood that the work that I do can only do so much. The money that I have can only do so much because I need to personally invest on myself so that I can create that space for my children. So maybe you're someone who's going through the challenge right now. Maybe you're someone so successful. Maybe you're someone who has the money, who has the house, who has the car, who has all of the material things, but you see your children deteriorating. You see your children constantly in bed. You see your children that's always just sitting down in their room, not talking to you. You're seeing your children not talking to you, or even you're having an argument with you, and you cannot seem to help them see all of the life in perspective so that they can decide better. Maybe you're someone who's frustrated already. You've tried everything, you've done everything, and you just want to just quit it. But you know in your heart that you want to do something, still something. Life coaching has helped me in that journey. So one of the toolkits that I will be sharing with you is called the work-life harmony intake form. And what this intake form is to help you make an assessment of where you're at right now so that you can decide what would be the best way forward for you to have that harmony in your life, to integrate your work and your life so that you can finally create that connection with your children. If that is something that you are looking for, if that's something that you are wanting to happen, then this is the toolkit for you. Right? So if you have your friends and loved ones in there, please have them join us so that we can also teach them how to create a work-life harmony in, of course, the everyday life. Okay, so the toolkit, you can download the toolkit in the caption of this video. There's a link in there for you to be able to download the toolkit and go through this activity, and eventually will help you in your journey. So the first question that you need to do is to describe your current work environment and responsibilities. Like, what are the things that you're doing right now? Are you someone who is a leader? Are you someone who's a manager? Are you someone who's an executive? Are you someone who's currently have this load and you're taking most of this your load? Hillary Clinton said that don't confuse having a career with having a life, because your career is very different to your life. You have you have a life for you to be able to, you have a career so that it can support your life. It's not the other way. It's the other way around, right? You need to make sure that you are living the life that you have, and your career is supporting the kind of lifestyle that you want to create. Next is take a look at your personal life. Like, describe your personal life outside of your work. How is your family commitment? How are your hobbies? How are your interests? Take a look at this, because if you are most of your time already is pushed given to your work, then you need to take a look at how that's affecting your well-being as well. Balance your challenges as well. What are the challenges that you face when you're balancing work and your personal life? Is it because of priorities? Is it because of your boss? Is it because of your client? Or is it because of you? You're deciding to focus to work more of your time in the workplace, because when you go home, you don't have a wife to really talk to about, your children are doing something else, and you're just deciding, hey, I just want to go spend time at work, because at least at work I have something to talk to. At least at work, people see me, or they want to get some insight from me. Take a look at that, and maybe that's where you need help and support. Take a look at your work goals as well. Do you have a short-term goal? Do you have a long-term goal? Is it related to your career or work? Or maybe it's not related, right? Maybe you're looking for something that would allow you to have the freedom to move around. Maybe you're wanting to create a business that you have. Or maybe you're someone who's just exploring opportunities for you to be able to at least enjoy the moment with yourself and also with the people that you love. Take a look at these goals. Maybe that's already a conflict in there. And what are your personal goals and aspiration outside of work? No, do you have some passion that you have been parking for the longest time? For me, for the last decade, I've been parking me doing the things that I wanted to do. One of the things that I wanted to do is to be able to really learn how to fly a plane. That is something that I'm aspiring to be. It's still an aspiration right now as I go to my transition. But I know I have an acknowledgement that it's something that I want to target, and it's something that I want to do. Take a look at your strategies as well. What are the strategies that you implemented from the past that's worked for you to achieve a work-life harmony? And if you don't have that, I'm inviting to you to join us and be part of Be Learning Society. Be Learning Society is the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And what you're learning in there is mental models. Mental models are concept or framework or explanation of how something works. What this does is help you simplify the things that you do, and simplifies your decision making skills. And lastly, what are your commitments? Based on what you research, based on what you studied. Thank you, Coach Arbel, for joining. How are you committed to achieving a work-life harmony in your space? Because when you're able to achieve that, I tell you, one of the greatest gifts that I was able to achieve when I was able to go through this process of work-life harmony. I call it work-life integration, because I realized that at the end of the day, you are one of the same. You are the same person at work. You are the same person with your life. And one of the reasons why a lot of people go through mental health challenges, because they're trying to be the person that they are not to be, or they're not the person that they are. All right. So what we do in life coaching is to marry those two, to integrate those two, so that you can identify who the real person is, so you can develop the person, you can become the person, and you can be the person that you wish to be, for you to succeed in every area of your life. Orson Swett Marden said that work, love, and play are the great balance of a man's being. So if you are someone who is not able to love, is not able to play, and you're constantly just working, it's something that you need to now start taking a balance of that and taking an assessment of it, so that you can become the being of that you are created, which is to enjoy life, right? To be able to have an opportunity to play, to do the things that you want to do your purpose, to do something that you're passionate about, and also do the things that you love, and also love other people in the space that would really set you free from the other people that's just living their life every single day, who's just there for the weekend, who's just there just for the next salary or the next day off. And you can be the person that's really looking forward every single day to work because you know that what you're doing is something powerful, something magical, and you can change the space that you have while you're changing as well as you go through the process. All right. So don't forget to download the toolkit. Thank you, Coach Jean, for joining. Hope to see you soon in one of the classes. And if you need help and support, feel free to message us here at Life Coach Philippines International. If you want to know more about how you can develop work-life harmony, let me know. Message me. Download the toolkit. I'm offering a free 1 hour coaching session in there to help you jumpstart and really elevate the way that you live your life. All right. So maraming salamat. If you have challenges, the next step that you can do, of course, as you learn, number one is to implement this alone. Number two, get help, which I shared a while ago. Or number three, forget and do nothing to implement. Of course, I discourage you to do number three because that's not going to help you to live the kind of life that you have. Do something. At least do one thing. What's one thing that you can do and implement today that would change your life. And if you need the help and support, and if you just want to skip, you fast track everything, get a life coach. I'm happy to serve you in your journey. I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. Also, if you want to know more about what we are doing as a life coach, and if you want to have the same transformation as I've experienced and helping my children become creative entrepreneurs, you are free to join us for our classes. And we're going to have a class on April 6th and 7th. That's going to be in Tacloban. On class 21st, that's going to be April 17th and 19th. That's virtual. And on class 22, that's going to be on April 27th and 28th here at the Copy Republic. So message Coach Bisel at 0917-586-1661 to book or for questions and enrollment. We are a CPD accredited course. The Proactively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program is a CPD accredited course and has CPD unit. And you're going to be able to meet Master Coach A in there. So make sure that you're booking or saving your seats for the next certification class. Okay? Once again, this is Life Coach Shaun de Joya. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon as we continue to serve you in the space. And again, if you need help and support, message us or visit us here at the Cup Republic. We're located at Pioneer Center Compound, Pioneer Road, corner Brixton, and United Streets in Capitolio, Pasig City. We're open from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. from Mondays to Saturday. We'll see you here soon and have a great week ahead. See ya. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.